but it won't be accurate. That's speculation, and that's some saying, since we don't have the original one.
Well, we don't have the original of
Bible.
anything.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
probably really
That's
shouldn't
what I'm
expect
saying.
the original.
The Bible is a library of
anything.
books written by many different people over
Exactly.
1,000 years. So we don't have any original manuscripts of anything in the Bible at all. We have nothing.
Yeah, and the same for the Quran.
And some of the
None of the religious scriptures.
we do have manuscripts that go back to the time of the prophets.
No, they predate them. They also predate the Uthmanic period, which means that they're not possible to have been written
We
from
have
that
from
period.
University of Birmingham, as mentioned, Professor Thomas, who I interviewed, he said his view. He's the head of department at University of Birmingham. He's actually a Christian, actually, just like you. He said in his expert opinion that the Quran in Birmingham comes from the time of the Prophet. So not predates, but from the time of the Prophet. But coming back to the Bible, we don't have we have a massive gap of many centuries from the events that they described and the alleged authors and the manuscripts. Many centuries.
We don't know who the authors are for the Quran.
So we don't.
just so you know.
So we don't know if it's reliable. In fact, because of the documentary hypothesis, which scholars have developed in the last 100 years with the Pentateuch, the Torah, we know that actually it's much later than Moses. Well, some of it may go back to Moses, but we know it's not actually from. It's not historically from the time of Moses at all. Scholars don't
Well, the
think
Quran specifically, it says that actually the Torah was given to Musa.
Yeah.
So
But
you have to
that's the
assume.
original Torah, not the
Yeah,
Torah
exactly.
we're talking about
We
now.
have to day.
So, but
Well,
why
no,
is it the case-
it was the actual, because Surah 7, Ayah 157 explicitly says the Torah they have in their hands.
Yeah.
So it was the Torah that Muhammad had.
But also, there are passages in the Quran that speak about the Quran as a muhaymin in Surah Nada, for example, which is a way
criteria.
it's a way of like a quality control, sorting out that which is true in the Torah and that which is false. So there's a mixture. The Quran teaches a mixture of reliable and unreliable in the Torah.
The Quran also, just very quickly, the Quran also says in Surah Baqarah, one second, and then we'll go back.
I want to point to the way the
One
Bible.
second.
No, I want to
Because you said something, and I just want to address that.
I want to talk about the
And that's
Bible
fine, and then we'll go back to that. But just to address what you just
I wanna
said,
come back to the Bible
Surah
in a second.
Al-Baqarah, in
The-
Surah
the- the
85,
Torah,
can I just finish this
no,
real quick?
I just want to
You
finish
said
my
something,
point.
I just want to address
Yeah, I
it.
want to finish my
And then,
point. The
no,
Torah,
you already finished your
is-
point.
is,
You just made your point.
The Torah is
Okay,
not
so you're not gonna address
actually, I want to address my point.
Okay, you made a point.
The
Let
Torah,
me make my point,
is
and then you can go back to
claimed
yours.
to be by Moses. But we now know, if you actually read the Torah closely, it's full of inconsistencies and doublets. These are stories that are told several times.
The same Torah that
contradict
Muhammad affirmed.
themselves. So scholars today don't believe that the Torah we have today is actually from the time of Moses. And it's the same with the Gospels. The Gospels are anonymous. We don't know who wrote them.
The
where
Quran is
they wrote
anonymous. We don't know who wrote the
them.
surahs
We're
of the
not
Quran.
talking about the Quran. We're talking about the
yeah,
Before you
that's a
arrived,
fact,
we're talking about the
basically.
Yeah,
Bible.
but my point is that you're contrasting it with Islam.
Our point.
And now
before
I'm
you
trying to explain to you
Can
that
I-
that's just
Can I borrow
incorrect.
you a second?
No, wait, what is this? Why are you taking him away?
I just want to
Why-
explain something to Cameron.
why are
Before
you
you
taking
before you
away?
came along, we were talking about the Bible.
Yeah, no,
I
and we
want
started to, and that was absolutely fine.
But will you
Yeah.
us lead the conversation rather than you take over and tell us what we're going to be talking about? Will you
We
accept that?
were literally talking about the same thing. We're talking
So coming back
manuscripts.
to the Gospels. Coming back to the Gospels. The Gospels we
see,
have are
he's
not
in-
eyewitnesses.
he only wants to talk about one thing.
Yes, because we were having a discussion long before you arrived.
Yeah, and I mentioned the
Gospels
contrast
we
with
have are
the
not
Quran,
eyewitness
and you
testimony.
couldn't deal with that.
Christian scholars no longer think they are.
No,
So
there are
how do
Christian
we
scholars that think they
know?
are.
How do we know what? He only wants to bash Islam because he's a fundamentalist Christian, and you didn't know.
You're
that
literally
he's well
bashing
known.
Christianity.
So
That's literally what your
Christianity-
conversation is.
Psychologically about the authority.
Were you aware that the Christians no longer believe the Gospels are eyewitness
No, that's not true.
testimonies?
There are
Were you
scholars
aware
that don't believe that, but there are many Christians that do believe
Were you aware
that.
that
Who are also scholars.
Christian scholars no longer believe?
No,
that
not
the Gospels are
universally,
eyewitness
no.
testimony?
Show me
There is,
universally.
yeah, there is some say that.
Yes, there are some that say it is, and some that say it isn't.
Exactly.
Can you name some that say it is?
The
Scholars,
experts.
yeah, main scholars.
Can you say some that say it
It's
is?
interesting why they
Acknowledge
don't,
it.
because the Gospels
say.
themselves don't claim to be by eyewitnesses. They actually don't say they're by eyewitnesses. They don't even say who they are. They don't say, I am X, and I am from here, and I am writing
Because
this.
it was
or I
evident
do
to those who it was
they
written to
never,
that they
they
were.
don't even say who they are, or where they were from, or when they were written, and they don't even claim to be eyewitnesses.
Neither
Isn't
does
it
the Quran,
extraordinary?
again.
So we're not talking about the Quran, we're talking about the Bible.
Yeah, but your Quran affirms my scriptures, so
This man has an agenda wanting to...
You have an agenda, my friend. You have an
My
agenda.
agenda is to try and discuss...
you
the
can't stand on
discussion.
you cannot stand on your own.
Objectively, because they understood that there is no actual proof for that, for them to say that, basically.
How do you mean, sorry?
To acknowledge that it's not, that there is no reliable source for the Bible. For the scholars that say
You don't have the original manuscript.
You see, his religion explicitly talks about our scripture, and it affirms it.
I mean, that's basically a fact. You know that some scholars, some Christian scholars acknowledge that.
Do you have a chat?
Anyway, do.
You have a chat?
Not with you. Thank you
course
very
you
much.
won't.
I've had bad
So
experience with him.
no, it's because he wants to isolate you. That's what he wants to do.
Basically, so
This is
I don't
called
isolate
preying
anyone.
on people who are new to the park. That's what it is.
Well, you-
That's
you
what
have
it
been
is.
in
psychological
This is what it
game.
is. You could have just had a conversation with us. But see, he wants to portray one thing, and he doesn't want you to hear it as a perspective. I just want to make sure you heard a different perspective.
We were